was gonna do a post about I had to go into my beehive today and release the queen. I didn't even know if she was in there. I didn't see the queen cage, so I got to feed them with sugar water a couple times between now and 5 to 7 days from now. I'll go back in and see if they're aggressive. I'll know there's different signs that you have a queenless colony, and then I'll have to get with one of my beekeeping mentors and see if I can get another queen, start the process over again. She'll have to go in there in a cage for 3 or 4 days or 5. They'll feed her, maybe. We'll see what happens. They'll put some attendant bees in there with her. But actually what I wanted to do today was show you, these are my blackberry bushes out front on the property. This is the side yard. That's the garage side of the house. This is where my chip drop used to be. But yeah, look at those beautiful blooms. I think we're going to have a bumper crop of black raspberries this year. What I've been out here doing is I do foliar sprays, and I made some really good super potent brew from one of the guys that I follow online on YouTube. So I got this sprayer, and it came with Miracle Grow garden feeder. I don't know if it would fall into the category of toxic gick. You can't see in there, but there are bees everywhere on this. So hopefully they're my bees and they're starting to forage, which would tell me a little bit about maybe the queen escaped the cage. I don't know. And they're out just doing bee things now, because those are honeybees flying around. You can't see them from this angle, and I can't really zoom in when you're doing a live video. But I've been spraying this Miracle Grow garden feeder on this. I said this is where my wood chips were, and I planted wildflower seeds, 19 different varieties. If you watch my my badge bit video for permies.com, working towards a permaculture experience, and you can gain like an Eagle Scout award through Permies on permaculture and homesteading. Now, homesteading, I don't know. At Willow Acre here, we got just less than an acre. Um, that's the side of the house with the irises that my brother gave me. And I come back here and stop spraying for a while. Beds that I prepped this spring. I've got purple and yellow onions in here right now. That is the infamous back porch. And the glider from the 1950s. When I do videos from the glider, and I plan on doing this pretty regularly, just because the wind chimes here are usually going. And listen, the bird song over here with the dead Norway spruce. You can hear a train in the background. That's normally not there a few times a day. The wind chimes and the bird song, and just looking out here in the backyard at Willow Acre is just very relaxing. So I plan on making that a regular feature. But I didn't paint over these again with the electric lawnmower. And I've cut paths down on the lowest setting for the mower, because this central section here, I'm letting this return to meadow. That's a low area, and in the spring it's really soupy. So we're just gonna play with that. Everything here at Willow Acre is an experiment. This is the infamous, soon to be famous Willow Acre Willow Circle. That's going to be our fire pit. I'm just kind of letting the grass take over in between, just so I don't accidentally run over some of the smaller willows that are, but they're taking off. By the end of the summer, going into the fall, some of these should be 10 or 12 feet tall. The smaller ones won't be that big, but next year I'll be able to pull these together in the center in a ring and make like a hoop house or a like a hut, and have a fire ring here in the center. I went out and I'm doing some hot composting, 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot piles. Um, the last turn, I turn it every 3 days. Was really hot in the center. This is turning out to be some fantastic. I had to add a little bit more water to it, get it a little moister to speed up the process. But this is turning out very nicely, and that will go over here in the garden beds, which I took the scythe to yesterday. My scythe came in the mail yesterday. I'll have to do a post about that later this week. Maybe let you give me pointers on whether I'm doing it right or wrong. I've actually started on this. Used to be a horseshoe pit. Over here is the kiddie pool pond, and I got my tadpoles in there. They're alive. So I think I'm actually going to dig this one deeper, like maybe 3 or 4 feet down, and come out a bit and do not like a moat, but I may do just because this is the lowest part of the yard, and I think in the spring, if I can get this, I've got clay here. I don't think I even need bentonite clay, but I'm going to have to seal this whole thing. So it'll be done in sections. I will do it in sections. But from here, behind the willow circle fire pit area, over to this bed, and I'll expand this from here, take it really deep. Will eventually be a pond down here, and because it's the low part of the yard, why not, right? But I've got the tools down here just to urge me on to get it done. And my bees are over here. They haven't tried to attack me yet. I actually went down here. This the black walnut dip yesterday. Actually scythed a path of just. I've got phlox growing over here and down here. I didn't disturb it. Or my wild black raspberry vines, which are going nuts this year. But it was pretty much just some volunteer wheat-like plants going down the center there. I need to identify them. It gives me a different answer every time I look at it on picture this. Down to the fire ring that I have down there, but I hardly use anymore, just because it's in a seasonal creek, and that doesn't really work. My absolute favorite in the entire world, and I have to figure out how to wood on this. It's just a pile. It's just an infestation of wild critters that live back here. Um, but it's a brush pile that where I just, if I've got things that I chip from the yard, branches that fall from the trees. Up here, I got plenty of tree canopy. Tree canopy. The things fall from here. Look at this, all the way down here. That's the mostly black walnuts from the ditch, and it all goes right there. So it's a wildlife haven. But I haven't found a clear progression yet to get a badge bit for, and there is one for creating a brush pile for wildlife. My bees aren't super aggressive, so I'm thinking, I don't know, they're actually doing figure eights in front of the hive, which means they're still orienting so that they know where home is when they go out and forage for nectar and pollen. So maybe they are doing okay. I don't know. And the second hive, and I can actually start a third. I've almost got enough mediums and brood boxes and bottom boards to create. I just need a telescoping cover and an inner cover, and I'll have a third hive there. But I'm hoping to catch a swarm with this other one. I'm being right back here in the corner at Willow Acre, down by the ditch. So this is actually, I mean, it's a forest, food forest. It's got a canopy, so bees come through this area. I've never heard or seen a swarm actually come into this, but they do go through this corridor because it goes all the way down to the Wabash River. So that's the beehive. Keeping my fingers crossed that I've got that the queen survived by letting her out of the cage, and everything will be okay. If not, um, it just means I got to spend another $35 and requeen before they get to the point where there's just, if the bees decide to stay without a queen, it's not good. They may abscond. They may just start foraging, and it's like, you know what? Home isn't really a good place. Mom's gone. I never knew my dad. I'm just going to find a new home, and bees will do that. So again, everything being an experiment, um, we'll see what happens. What are they trying to pull in there? Piece of grass? What is that? I have no idea. Can you see it? It's not I'm not going to reach. They probably will sting me if I just go right down there with my stupid hand. I'm going to have to come back and check and see what they're trying to pull into the hive there. Anyhow, that was another walk around Willow Acre today. Wanted to tell you that my berries are blooming, blossoming. They're just full of flowers right now, full of bees. And I got my queen out of the cage today, I think, but I'm not sure. So everybody have a good day. Thanks for joining in.